Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hena and I welcome you all on my segment of TED Talk review. Today I want to give a review on a TED Talk labeled as what we are learning from online education. This The speaker of this TED Talk is Daphne Koller. Daphne Koller is a computer scientist and an educator. She grew up in a family of academics. Her parents and grandparents were PhDs, and that background deeply shaped her belief in the power of education. She is a professor at a university and, along with her colleague, co founded Coursera. Many of you might have the idea what is it. It is basically an online education platform that aims to make high quality courses from the world's leading universities, which are accessible to everyone and everywhere, and it's totally free of cost. At TED Talk, what we are learning from online education is not just about making class available online, but fundamentally about rethinking how people learn, using technology to personalize and scale education globally. Kohler begins by acknowledging a harsh reality that many individuals around the world simply don't get access to quality education. Though she belonged to a family where education was taken for granted, that privilege doesn't exist for billions of people. Many countries, even deserving students, face lack of seats, high cost, and socioeconomic barriers or systemic discrimination. For example, she mentions how in certain places historical inequality had made high quality education rarely inaccessible to large segment of population. Even in developed countries, the rising cost of higher education has made an unforgettable for many. Meanwhile, even those with formal degrees often don't end up in jobs that match their qualification, signaling a mismatch between traditional education and the real world needs. Thus, the traditional one size fits all classroom model has two big problems: limited reach, not everyone gets a seat there, and limited effectiveness. Many learners don't actually benefit fully even they do get a seat. So, Kohler explains that online education can overcome these limitations by harnessing technology to reach massive number of learners. As a dramatic example, a class that normally has a few students could, when offered online, enrolls tens or hundreds of thousands of students. So that's how Coursera started, bringing the best courses from top universities to anyone with an internet connection. But Coursera's model isn't simply video lectures dubbed online, but the platform is deliberately designed to replicate and improve upon the full learning experience. Lectures broken into short modular units, frequent interactive quizzes, homework and programming assessment, peer grading for open ended tasks, and community forums for discussion and collaboration. So, this structure helps the student actively engage with the material rather than passively watching. A shift from a traditional lecture based approach towards active learning, which is shown to be far more effective in promoting understanding, retention, and problem solving. One of the most important conceptual frameworks Kohler draws on is the so called two sigma problem, originally identified by educational researcher Benjamin Bloom. So, what does it say? It basically says that if students are taught one-on-one tutoring, their performance is roughly two standard deviations above the average performance of a traditional lecture class. But it is practically impossible for society to provide individual tutors for every student. But when we talk about the online learning, so every student could access a computer, a smartphone with a smart design technology and can provide a personalization and repetition tutoring offers without human teachers for every learner. Though tools are interactive, like interactive quizzes, automatic grading, peer feedback, and self-paced learning, online platform can feasibly move many students closing toward the tutored level of mastery. So Kohler argues that if done right, making high quality education freely available online could bring about three fundamental shifts. First, it could help establish education as a universal. First, it could establish education as a universal human right, uh, one that's no longer limited by a student's location, wealth, or background. If anyone, anywhere with drive and internet access could enroll, millions could gain skills to uplift themselves, their families, and their communities. Second, online education can enable lifelong learning. And the third, the talent is everywhere, and through online learning, even in remote areas, all of the students, all of the learners have a great chance to innovate. The next great scientist, inventor, entrepreneur might be someone who never had access to the top universities, top colleges, but with online education, they get the same opportunity to learn and experiment. So Kohler doesn't claim online education is silver bullet. Some challenges remain, like certain types of coursework, especially in humanities, social sciences, or courses requiring essays and subjective grading are harder to automate, assess, and give meaningful feedback. And peer grading and self grading help, but they are not perfect substitutes for human evaluation and mentoring. Also, technology depends on infrastructures. Learners need reliable internet, a device, and some digital literacy. Conditions not guaranteed everywhere, especially in underdeveloped regions. So that means unequal access remain a concern. Moreover, learning it is not just about watching lectures or solving quizzes. It's about motivation, discipline, community, and sometimes mentorship also. Online format, especially self-paced one, demands self-drive, and not all learners thrive without structured guidance and human accountability. So, if we conclude all of this uh, talk, uh, what we are learning from online education is a powerful call to rethink education. It insists that learning doesn't have to be limited to lecture halls or expensive institutions. Without thoughtful design, technology can democratize education and potentially deliver high quality learning experience to millions across the globe. So let us imagine a world where imagine is fundamental, right? Accessible to all. Where someone in a remote village can learn computer science, philosophy, business, or art in their own language on their own time. It shows that online education isn't just convenience, it's a transformative tool capable of breaking down barriers, promoting equity, and unleashing human potential everywhere. So, for learners like you, me, and our students, or anyone curious, this talk is a reminder. Access to good education can be within reach if we embrace technology, discipline, and lifelong learning. If you find my this review helpful, do comment me. I'll be back with another review. Till then, I'll take your goodbye. Allah Hafiz.